Serious, if you had taken your life 1 year ago, what beautiful things would you have had missed out on? I took my son to the state fair. I took him on his first ride on the Tilt-A-Whirl. It's my favorite ride. We giggled and screamed and laughed. We did it again 4 times. We had our caricatures drawn together. He told me it was the best day. I really loved it. My wedding. After years of hard work, multiple failures, and lots of persistence, I have finally been accepted into medical school. This has been a pretty shit year, but not in a no hope for the future sense. Parents have been ill, work has sucked, and an ex who I'm still on friendly terms with had an awful family tragedy. I wouldn't have missed much. Yet. But I'd miss out on the better times to come. My wonderful friends and helping 7 beautiful dogs learn to live a new life. Literally nothing. Literally nothing. But killing myself would mean handing this bitch of an earth the win. If she wants me dead, she's gonna have to duck and do it herself. Getting to hear my daughter call me mommy and come up to me and give me hugs and kisses at random. Life does get better and I'm glad I'm here for it. Meeting a lot of new friends that, keeping my friend from doing suicide, keeping that same friend and believing her when there are major rumors that aren't fair being spread about her Reddit, the mom is the reason for he almost doing suicide. She puts her through verbal abuse. The rumors are still going on and I've heard a lot about them from her friends who do believe her. It's being spread by a girl who was a good friend of ours, but her and my friend got into an argument. Long post TLDR at the bottom. Was suicidal for a long time, still have the thought on a daily basis but finding ways to cope. This last year has been a roller coaster. January I dropped out of first year of university in a forensic science program, due to inability to afford university education even after OSOP. I started working minimum wage general labor jobs to support myself and family, which is in major debt. In May I found a non-profit organization that gave basic 3-month certification program. In September got a 3-month paid internship with the City of Toronto. Unfortunately my internship ends tomorrow as 3 months have passed. Feeling depressed as hell as I enjoyed my work and friendly staff, but my life has a bit of hope left. If I ended it earlier I wouldn't be able to discover my interest in it as well as be able to build my first gaming PC, which I sold to regain costs. TLDR, dropped out from uni, worked minimum wage jobs, did its certification and found an interesting and rewarding experience. Edit. Wow, this really blew up. Thanks again for all the kindness and support from all of you. I have tried to address all your responses and thanks again for the anonymous silver. I am still new to the whole Reddit thing, so thanks again to the community. My wonderful girlfriend. Summer and fall, that's basically it. Edit 1, wow 8K. My life actually starting. Realizing I'm not as everyone tried to make me believe I was my whole life. Confronting the reality that I live with severe CPTSD. And by live I mean I kick life's ass and don't let it ruin me. I stood up against 2 abusers, one is now on probation for 2 years, and I got everything I'd said would make me more comfortable if he took the plea deal. The other being my mom, and I feel more empowered in our strange AF relationship. She's my best friend, my main source of trauma, and also exhibits many characters of someone with antisocial personality disorder, as in all of them. I got off my psych meds, have the best job I've ever had, found direction in terms of my education career goals, will be starting school again in the fall. I am settling into my own home, first time living independently. I'm making actual friends for the first time in my life, with one gigantic exception. I have a kitty that I love, am addressing my physical health, and am clearly at a place in my life recovery that indicates I'm starting the rest of my life. Also, come the 11th, I've made it to 30 years old. Life has never been this beautiful. My graduation and seeing my mom being proud of me. Edit. Thank you kind strangers for my very first awards. I really gotta tell my mom about this, haha. 3 months ago my now ex-fiancé broke up with me, and I was suicidally depressed. Since then, I went to Galaxy's Edge for the first time and cried real tears. I styled and photographed my mom for a high-fashion advanced style shoot, and we are both incredibly proud of the end result. A good friend of mine wrote me a heartfelt letter and gave me an amazing care package to help me through the breakup. I celebrated my birthday with a tea party in a 1920s atrium. I took a long-distance friend on a date, with the possibility of a second one soon. I've taken up yoga and finally, truly tackled my binge eating disorder. Honestly, I'm not sure that's even half of it, and that's just 3 months. I'm really glad, and that's putting it mildly, that I didn't give in to the feelings of shame and failure in the depressive fog. I would have missed the Joker film. 3.5 months ago, I loaded some camping gear onto the back of my bicycle and left my home in Wisconsin with the vague goal of getting to Seattle and heading down the Pacific coast. 104 days and 4,000 miles later, I have seen some absolutely beautiful parts of the country. I've learned a ton about myself and grown as a person, and most importantly, I have seen time and time again the overwhelming kindness of the world we live in. I don't know what it is about it, but for some reason, traveling by bicycle just brings out the absolute best in everyone I meet. From the unending generosity of the people who have opened their homes to me, providing me a shower and bed, food and their wonderful company over dinner, to the drivers who saw me stopped on the side of the desolate Wyoming roads and pulled up to offer an extra water bottle when I was a million miles from a gas station soda dispenser. Everybody wants to be a positive part of my story. In this day and age, we seem to focus way too much on the hate in the world. But thankfully, the hateful among us are nothing more than a vocal minority. I deeply believe that this world we share is a kind one, and that we all want the best for each other. And that, to me, is far more beautiful than the mountains of Montana or a sunset over the Pacific Ocean. Are you okay, by the way? The title is concerningly specific, what with you mentioning suicide in particular and not more generally just dying. Meeting my wonderful girlfriend and falling in love with her. Nothing. My friend passing today. My ex-girlfriend trying to ruin my life. Losing my best friend to said ex. Car lost in accident. Fired from my job. I just can't find the courage to hurt my parents. Wow. This hit me really hard. My daughter attempted suicide on Dec 18, 2018. It literally does change everything. The thought of having to live without her is unfathomable. Every single day since then has been beautiful, a gift. Even the bad days, and there have been quite a few. All beautiful. Buying my own newly constructed home as a single woman when I believed I'd only be able to afford it if I got married. The joys of marching band. Half-Life, Alex, not a joke. I'm 17 and not much else interesting has happened recently. If I weren't here today I would have missed out on the next game in the series that sparked my love of PC gaming. It's not really as profound as the other stuff on here, but it's important to me. Nothing comes to my mind. Seeing my daughter eat for the first time. She was born premature, she has a G-tube in her stomach. Didn't take anything by mouth. She'd just turned 19 months. We worked with a speech therapist for a year before she had the ability to take a bite. Baby steps. I'm hoping in another year she'll be drinking on her own. If I'm being perfectly honest, not too much. I guess Under the Covers Volume 3 and Death Stranding. But it hasn't been a spectacular year. A great guy to be in a relationship with that makes me so happy. Almost 3 years ago, I chased a ton of Xanax with some wine. I was tired of my brain, diagnosed bipolar, PTSD, I just couldn't live with myself anymore. I didn't think it would ever get better. Luckily I lived, even though I wasn't happy about it at the time. I started seeing my doctor more often. He finally found a medicine combo that worked, made some major life-changing choices. A little over a year after that attempt, I met my now husband. We have been married almost 2 years now. We have traveled so many great places, made amazing memories, and are soon moving across the country. It's super scary to think I would have missed out on all of this if I was successful.